honestly, I'm excited to do this video. I found, well, this is just an idea I had. I was thinking, is there a way I could just generate a random noun and just talk about it for as long as I possibly can? And whatever length of the video it is whatever length of that time I manage to do that. Does that make sense? Whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm fucking trying to say. Anyways, got a tea cigarette here, and I'm going to be smoking that and just trying to yap. I don't know what my objective is here, but kind of bored. 5:26 in the morning. Here we go. So I'm going to click here and scroll down and we'll see what we get. Independence. Man, so, okay. First of all, time to spark my tea. I do think, at least in terms of masculinity, independence, or lack thereof, can literally be the downfall of men. But conversely, there's some, including myself, at least in the past, who looked for it. Wait, what am I trying to say? So, yes, if a man isn't independent, you could fucking just smell it on him. But also, if you look for it too much, if you try to be too independent, you don't, enjoy the time you have with the people around you. Your parents, your grandparents, your cousins, your fucking sister, brother, whatever, I will say that since I've moved out, I recently moved out in December, and that was some life-changing shit. Man, so the school I went to, you had 3 roommates. Pretty much minimum. Maximum was 6, because the rooms were, I think it was like, minimum was kind of 3 if you got lucky, or if somebody left the school. But it was like 3 to 7. So basically, average a fuckload of people in your room. And it was it was a 16 by 20. So the room was fucking small. I don't know also if you guys have noticed that I scratch and itch a lot. I have eczema. So that's why I kind of, I'm scratching my eyes. I think I tried like some aloe vera shit when I was taking a shower the other day, and it fucking didn't work out very well. And my shit has been a little bit itchy. Damn, died already. Anyways. Yeah, independence, man, you could kind of smell it on a guy. Now, I will say, there's a difference between men and women when at least it comes to independence specifically, because, like, men definitely need it. It builds your character as a guy. Like, it builds your masculinity. It needs to be there. You have to have at least some semblance of fucking independence, or else you are fucked. However, women are a little bit different. I'd say, at least in the latter years, to an extent, women rely on men, for sure. Past, like, physically, in terms of, police, firefighters, construction workers, things like that. I'm talking more so in the sense of direction, to keep them grounded. A good man, not any man, a good man can do that. And I don't necessarily think it's imperative to their survival, but I think it will for sure skyrocket them. Females I'm talking about, like, skyrocket their success is a good man next to them. And conversely, with a good woman next to a good man. So, you kind of got to be able to tell how independent you should be. You can't be too independent. Then you're fucked, because, you don't let anybody in. But obviously, there's a balance. For sure. For sure a balance. Just like with all things. This tea's real good. So when I moved out, one of the first things I noticed, which I kind of saw coming, I didn't miss my parents. It's not because I'm an asshole. It's because they live 30 minutes away. And I can see them kind of whenever I want. And I call them all the time. And I see them every now and again. I could just drive over there right now and be there in fucking half an hour. Well, they'd be asleep. But you get my point. Like, they're not very far. So, I knew I kind of wouldn't miss him because I'd been living with him for so long. I almost felt like I was getting crippled. And I was just like ready to go. Definitely should have got a water. Fuck. Can you wait a second? Do you mind? It's right there. I'm just gonna go get it. Wait right here. Don't move. Don't go anywhere. Hold on. I'm almost back. Look. I love my parents. I love them. But I think it's just like I don't miss living there. I've lived with them my entire fucking life. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not an asshole, I think. Then again, an asshole doesn't know he's an asshole. That's what makes him an asshole. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't miss having everything done for me. Like, I never cooked for myself at the crib. I could have, but I just I was like, no, when I get out, I'm going to cook for myself and do this and that and this and the third. I can't wait to have bills. I was right. I couldn't wait to have bills. I fucking wanted my own bills because that means it's my shit I'm paying for. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if I have bills, that means I have shit, which means I'm independent. So I was like, fuck, I just want to pay my own stuff, you know? And isn't that strange? Because when I say that to, like, my sister's 30. When I said that to my sister or anybody else in the family, they're like, no, you don't want bills, like, you don't want to pay, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I definitely do. Like, I want the concept of bills. Obviously, nobody enjoys money leaving their pocket, but it's like, I wanted to take care of business. You know what? I want to take care of adult shit. Because bills is adult stuff. It's like adult activity. And if you have bills, you're at least at the bare minimum mature, right? At the bare minimum. So, the other week, when the goddamn lights went off, because I fucking apparently didn't set up auto enroll for goddamn Duke Energy, I was like, nice. I was like, that's my responsibility. I have to fix this problem. And the problem got fixed by me because I'm independent and goddamn responsible. I think independence and responsibility go hand in hand. The more independent you are, the more responsible you are by default. Now, can it go the other way? The more responsible that you are, the more independent you are. No, I think the more responsible you are, the more independent you can be. You have the potential to be. But I think if you're independent, you are directly also more responsible. You can live alone and not be independent. Does that make sense? You can live alone and call your mom all the fucking time. I think women do this a lot, honestly. Because, like, my sister and my cousin call their mother all the fucking time. I don't think she's watching this, but I think it's just like, and I couldn't understand, I couldn't like grasp, because I was thinking like when I move out, I'm moving out, so I need to do my thing for a bit. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to like fucking be calling home for advice and shit on how to live, because what's the fucking point of that? Means you didn't do a good job raising me. You understand what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying they didn't do a good job raising my sister, but I am saying that I think women just want to call home more often than guys do. Because guys want to be independent, because that means we're responsible, and that means we're capable. In my opinion, in my unexpert opinion. So, what else about independence? Also at school, like with roommates, if you have that many, they're in your subconscious. So when you do things that you think you're doing for yourself, you have that half thought of like, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this to impress other people? But now that I live alone, everything I do is for me. Unless I choose to tell somebody, then, I'm sharing that. But if I do something for me and I don't tell anybody, then it is for me, Like you didn't really get alone time over there. But here, like, man, it's a complete fucking opposite. And I fucking love it. So like when I take a minute and I chill here, as opposed to college, like if you tried to chill at college, you were always next to somebody. I could never even shit alone. Right? It's college. There's just fucking people there. But here, if I want to sit on the couch and stare at the goddamn ceiling, sit on my fluffy ass beanbag and just chill and tell nobody, except you, I guess, right now. But if I want to do that, like, that's just me. And I think one thing independence has also taught me is kind of how to take care of myself mentally. And I think that thirst has like brought me closer to a higher power. To be honest, independence has made me a little bit more spiritual because when you're alone, dude, and things are going wrong and you don't know where to look, you kind of gotta look up, and it's hard to do at first, and you can fight it. I might talk about this later. I actually let Jehovah's Witnesses into my apartment every single week, and we chat. Dude, I'm gonna talk about this later. I'm gonna talk about this later. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna talk about this later and then talk about it now. I'm gonna talk about it later. I might make a whole video on Jehovah's Witnesses because life-changing shit, and you don't have to like convert. Okay. Yeah, man. It's like being independent has taught me to look for more answers for myself, as opposed to like I could just ask my dad something or ask my mom something. And sometimes there's a lot of pressure to like lean on them when I didn't want to, because I think naturally being a dude, I was just so I want to do it on my own, and that kind of sucks as a parent, which I understand because your kid's growing up and shit, and it fucking sucks to feel your kid grow up. Like, dude, moms hate when you begin to grab the bottle yourself. Like, that stings. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because you need them less, and they feel like they're not as good at their natural job as they're inclined to be. So it just fucking stings. Like, it's just a thing, And when I left, like, my parents definitely cried. I have a good relationship with my family, so things are good in the crib. So when I left, they were distraught, and I was like, I'm just trying to get out, Love you guys, but I have to leave. And I think they're proud of me. Maybe it was proud tears. I don't know. Maybe it was kind of like a we're done cry, like game over, because they raised children for 30 years. Because my sister's 30, and they started when she. I have one sister. I have one like immediate, sibling. So they started when she was 0, so that was 30 fucking years ago. And then after she left the house, I was still in the house. So they kept raising me. I mean, I at a certain, probably like at 17, 18, started raising myself when I went to college and shit. But, they still have a kid around in the house for like holidays and shit in those 3 months during the summer. You understand what I'm saying? So, and they're cooking for me and stuff. I mean, I think my mom just, what's interesting. I'm kind of getting off topic, but I think my mom just cooks. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't like to cook or dislike to cook. She just cooks because she cooks all the fucking time. But I've asked her, and she said she like doesn't enjoy cooking. She doesn't like enjoy it, but it's just a thing. Maybe it's her not a natural inclination, but she thinks it's like it's necessary. Because my father's just doing a bunch of other shit. She's the only other one in the house that can cook well. She's cooking. I could have cooked. I didn't cook. Definitely should have cooked. Fuck. Well, too late now. But, yeah. Now that I'm independent, I'm paying for that back. So, I cook all the time. I actually enjoy cooking chicken. Check this out. I might eat this during this talk if this gets too long. Well, there's no fucking chicken in here now, but basically, my main course that I eat every damn day, pretty much, is like sweet potatoes and cooked chicken. And I'll take the chicken. Depends on what kind of rush I'm in. If I have time, which I might do tonight, to be honest, I'll like marinate the chicken. And this is something I've been doing since I've been independent. I'll marinate the goddamn chicken in like oil and some spices, just a splash of just shit, right? Just random ass spices. And it'll taste good as fuck. And then I have some Valentina, like Mexican sauce that I got from some Spanish store. And I'll marinate it in that, and it tastes a little, I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't taste like buffalo. It doesn't taste like hot Cheetos. It doesn't taste like hot sauce. It just tastes like red chicken. Like a little spicy, but not too spicy. It tastes like it should taste. Does that make sense? Imagine chicken dyed red. It tastes like you'd expect that to taste. Does that make sense? Like, I think I explained that well. But yeah, like being independent has also taught me to experiment a lot more. So here's what I'll do. I'll like try something, see how it affects me, try something else, see how that affects me, and then compare the fucking results. and I'll kind of lean towards the thing that works better. And as I've been doing that, life's been improving. But I think that is like kind of the general formula, and that's something I kind of figured out as, oh shit, sorry, just hit back like 30 minutes ago. Also, that shoe video from 2 days ago, I filmed maybe 40 minutes ago. However long I've been talking, it was 2 minutes before that. Anyways, yeah, I'm like trying a bunch of shit, and then I'll compare the results, see how it goes, and we'll just go from there. And that's been going pretty sweet. Been digging that. In terms of food and any activity, like an activity that I do, something I do, I'll do it, and then maybe I'll stop doing it. And fuck, dude, my eyes fucked up. I might need to wash my face later. But I'll do it and then stop doing it. See how it affects me if I stop doing it. Do it. See how it affects me if I do it. And then I'll try and like change very few things otherwise, so I can kind of observe the reaction. And that can be kind of difficult sometimes, just due to unforeseen circumstances, you know. Sometimes you can't avoid everything changing around you while you change something else. Does that make sense? Give you an example. Let's say I want to see how doing a different chest exercise would affect my gains, right? And so for a month or something like that, I go, okay, instead of flat bench, I'm gonna do fucking decline bench and see how my tits look. And then you do that, but also, for some reason, there's a push-up competition at your job. And then fucking you get in there, you destroy the push-up competition, obviously, because you're tough. And then it fucks up your gains a little bit because your triceps are blown out and you can't hit the next chest workout great. And then that, ruins you a little bit for the next few weeks. And then, you go, fuck it. Like, my triceps are destroyed. I think I've injured a tricep. I've strained one. I have to change it up. So you do chest flies. That's an example of what I'm talking about. And that can kind of go with anything. Maybe the way you sleep. Just unforeseen circumstances like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that's just one of those things you find out when you're independent. You're living alone. Well, I mean, you can find it out when you live with people, but it's a lot more prominent when you're living alone because you don't have a choice. It's just you. You understand what I'm saying? So, I say you understand what I'm saying a lot. You feel me? Yeah. One thing I have figured out for sure is the cleaner my place is, the cleaner my brain is. So, looks alright in here. I bought some new speakers. I don't know if I said that before, but I bought some sweet ass speakers, and my neighbor came up and was like, hey, gotta turn the bass fucking down. It's 8 a.m. trying to sleep. I was like, hey, no problem. What's your name? Sweet. Gotta return these bitches, because they're just, it's a subwoofer like this damn big. And I've never had a problem with the music, because I use that one usually, the one at the top of that shelf. I'm explaining a lot about myself that you've never known. But yeah, I usually use that one, and there is bass in it, but it's not like, substantial bass. It's mostly like a big ass speaker, right? So I haven't had a problem with, the walls shaking below me. And then, I think it was 2 days ago he came up, so I'm just gonna, fucking return it, because dude, like, even though the bass bumps, I can only turn it up a quarter, maybe half of the way, before it just becomes overbearing. And I definitely know that they're gonna hear it if I turn it up higher than that, so, I've thought about, like, giving that guy my number, so if I do have the music too loud, he could just text me and be like, hey, turn it down, but I barely fucking see him, and I don't want to knock on his door, because the only interaction we had wasn't an introductory one. Anyways, yeah, problem solving changes when you're on your own, too, when you're a little independent. So what else about independence? What about the effects of independence? Let's say, I think it becomes easier for you to see perspective. So your perspicacity increases. Which is good. Which is good. Which is real good. I think that's important, perspicacity. The ability to see perspectives of others. Being perspicacious. And the more problems you solve for yourself, I do think, like, the easier it is to see the perspective of others, because you understand, okay, I was being a dickhead when my room was dirty, or when my tire was flat, or my car was going through something. I was being a dickhead when me and my mom were arguing about this, when my friend did this to me, when this bitch said this. So maybe, just maybe, they're having a bad day. You understand what I'm saying? You see that a lot more when you're independent. Unless you're a dickhead and you fucking just don't care about what other people are going through, then, maybe you don't. But being, like, fully independent will teach you so much. For sure. Like, being, like, no, I'm talking about nobody else. Go to sleep alone, wake up alone. Like, yeah. Fucking nice. Whew. It's gotten to the point where I'm like, dude, like, do I want to keep a girl, Because this is just so nice. Sometimes it sucks. I wouldn't even say it sucks. Sometimes you feel lonely. Just like if you're in a relationship, you'd feel trapped occasionally. But grass is always greener. But here, grass is pretty damn green. Grass is lime green over here. It's real green, bro. Looking like fucking Puerto Rico, this goddamn grass. Yeah, sick. So, as I do that thing more, the testing and seeing how things affect me and they affect my progress in other areas. If I'm doing this, does it slow me down? If I'm doing that, does it speed me up? Type of dealio. I'm upgrading. Power level's increasing. Feel what I'm saying? Just part of being independent. Is there maximum independence? Maximum independence. Well, what would maximum independence be? Let's envision maximum independence for a second. I think, first of all, there wouldn't have to be, you couldn't be involved with the government at all. I'm talking about maximum, peak independence. This is like some fucking Bear Grylls type shit. So peak independence would probably be no wife, no kids, because you can't depend on your wife or kids for love, affection, and acceptance. So well, let's exclude dependence from people, not things. Let's go there. So we'll allow, like, dogs. Maximally independent would be fucking woods, cabin, house, whatever you want to build, however you want to build it. And you get your own food, your own water, and you have no family. That's kind of it. Just off the grid, I think, is maximally independent. You don't pay taxes. You don't answer to anybody. You don't vote. You're fucking just alone. You don't go to the store. You literally hunt for your food. That's like, peak. Now, what's the opposite of that? Bare minimum independence, or no independence at all. I think that would be literally an infant. Yeah, that'd be literally an infant. Well, that was a little anticlimactic, as opposed to the other one. Fuck. What is your independence? What kind of effect does that have on other people? I feel like I've taken ideas and I've taken, not tips and tricks, but I've like watched people be independent so I can kind of figure out, should I be doing that? Should I be doing this? Not comparing myself to them, but kind of taking notes. I feel like that's different. If you compare yourself to someone else and you want to be better than them, that's different than taking, pieces and putting it in your puzzle. Don't copy the puzzle. Just steal their pieces. You know what I'm saying? If they fit. Damn, it's a fucking fire analogy. But yeah. Independence. Got a lot of letters in it. INDPEN. Not off the top of my head. I'm going to guess 13. I don't fucking know. In Spanish, I don't know how to say it. Independencia or some shit like that. Probably. I'm going to guess. Not independencia. Independencia. I'm going to go with independencia. Final answer. But, yeah. So, would I ever want to not be independent? Or do I wish things were different? Fuck no. And maybe when I'm older, or wait, no. Let's switch the answers. So, do I ever wish I was not independent? Maybe when I'm older. Do I wish things were different? Fuck no. Right now. Fuck no. So maybe when I'm older, that's gonna suck. Oh man, that's actually, now that I think about it, that's definitely the worst part of getting old, dude, is fucking like losing your independence as a man. Because as I talked about earlier, like we want to be independent so much. I've said independence goddamn 50 billion times in this video. As you get older and lose your independence, you also lose your masculinity, and that's just how it works. The least masculine man is one who can't do anything for himself, and it's different with age. Because, as you know, obviously, if they're old, they just can't, as opposed to choosing not to. Two completely different things and different concepts entirely. But, yeah. What do you think so far? Are these facts or what? I think the primary reason I wanted to move out strictly was to be independent. I'm trying to think of the state of a man who doesn't want that. Like, when I was in the crib, dude, I was itching. I was like, the minute I can, I will. And got this job, was out like a month and a half later. Was not fucking around. And man, it's nice. It's nice as fuck. I think now so I've gotten past the finances. It's been a couple months. Now it's like the mental game. It's like, am I happy? Answer, yes. Thought about this last night. Happy as fuck. Things are going well. And I think this journey alone, especially like trying to stay sane, as much as I hate to admit it, has brought me closer to Christ. Which is funny because I hate to admit it, but it just it just has at least brought me closer to whatever. Right now I'm pursuing Christ. I don't really know how that's going. I couldn't describe it if you asked, so please don't. But still in the middle. Again, different video. I've been asked to do another spiritual update, so maybe I'll film that probably tomorrow, because I filmed 2 videos now. Damn, 5:50, let's go. How long has this been up? Let's see. 27 minutes? I can keep going. Dude, I've been talking for fucking 27. Okay, I can keep going. Okay. Yeah, it's brought me, being independent has brought me a little bit closer. I think because, like, as I look for answers to questions that I have, I've been fuck. I said I'd talk about that in another video. The witnesses. It's about the witnesses. Okay, can't talk about it. Can't mention anything about the witnesses because it's a separate video. So I have that. No, the spiritual update, which I might include the witnesses in. And then right now I guess that's all for videos I planned, because the shoe one was one I wanted to do for a bit. But yeah. Yeah, okay, well, now that I can't talk about them, I have to swap topics here. Hold on, give me a second. Independence. What other questions can I ask? Oh, one thing that's really funny is, like, just how differently my conversations with myself have gone. So before, when I was with, the family and in school and with people and around other brains, my brain would kind of mush with theirs, and my ideas would be their ideas would be my ideas. Subconsciously, it's just how it fucking works. But now that I'm alone, I am by myself, and my thoughts are mine, and if I don't read or consume any content, then it's just this, which is fucking refreshing. So, like, walks are tough. I found that out living alone. Walks are fucking nice. Because before, when I was, like, with my family and shit, I'd see just old people walking. I'd be like, what the fuck are these old people out in the sun for? Aren't you frying? What are you out in nature for? Dude, Jesus. Because before, I'd only be outside training. I'd only be, like, running if I was training. Or walking if I was recovering from a run. Or with people. I wouldn't, like, walk alone. I wouldn't, like, take a fucking walk. Fuck that. Why do I do that when I can not do that, you know? Now, oh man. Dude, if I didn't go for walks, things would be bad. Things would be real fucking bad. Like, if I didn't sit and think alone, Jesus Christ, shit would be rough. And I think, like, some people just don't fucking do that. You know? That's one of those things I learned with independence. Has been to spend some time outside of everything I'm accustomed to. De que estoy acostumbre. Or I guess soy. De que soy acostumbre. Anyways, independence. I've also learned to get quality stuff. So before, antes de, when I'd like look for something to buy, I'd try and get the cheapest fucking thing because, you know, I didn't have any money and I was trying to save and shit. And now I fucking also I'm partly filming this video because I think I've been told 5 or 6 times to start a podcast now, but I don't really know if I have enough to talk about, and I think this is like partly a test to see if I could do that because, like, dude, podcasts look fucking hard. They look really hard to do because it's just you and you're just fucking talking at a camera, I guess, doing this, which I guess I'm doing successfully for 31 minutes. Damn. Now I'm kind of feeling the time. But, yeah. Fuck, what was I saying? I knew I was going to lose my train of thought. I was talking about... Oh, quality things. Yeah, man, so, like, before when I didn't have any fucking money, antes de estaba aquí, I'd try and buy the cheapest thing because I just didn't have bread, didn't have cash, didn't have the flow. I was at a manyan, and it wasn't coming in. And I was tweaking in school. I was like, dude, fuck, like, I need to do anything to get money, any bread, any cash. Now, it's flowing in, I'm comfortable. And I buy, like, the nice thing. So I'll save and buy the thing I want. I don't want to get it early when I could get it nicer later. So I'm paying time for quality, which is definitely worth it, to be honest. Definitely fucking worth it. I think with everything. And I think that's like a philosophy. To take, like, especially with women, like, even buying a car, wait and get a better one. You will thank yourself. One, because the time you fucking didn't have it, you're thinking about it. And then when you get it, you're appreciative for when you didn't have it because you know what it was like to not have it. Does that make sense? So fucking, like, when I was looking to get a good motorcycle. I don't know if you knew this. I rode motorcycles in the past. You're learning a lot about me today. Fucking, I've had 4. And I went up in increments, and I started with the shittiest bike I could find. I bought a XR80, a Honda XR80 on fucking Craigslist. It was $500, smoked oil. It was a piece of dog shit. And then I got another bike. I also didn't like that one. And I got another one. I fucking love that one. And I got another one that I also love. So these 2 that I loved, I wouldn't have loved so much if I never had it like these and I knew where the bottom was. You understand what I'm saying? So that is kind of nice where I just wait and eat the shit on purpose so that I can appreciate it later. I do that. That's kind of nice. So when people have asked me, what bike should I get? I want to start in a 600. I'm like, no, get a fucking. I thought about this too, making a fucking how to buy a motorcycle on Craigslist video because I bought all of them on Craigslist. Fuck dealerships. When they've asked me about starting on a 600, I'll say no. Start on a fucking 400 or a 250. You have to start on a bike you don't like. You don't like. One, because you won't be, scared to fuck it up a little bit. And that won't be in your head, is, that anxiety from not wanting to fuck your bike up. That's like a real thing, especially if it's your first bike. 2, because I want you to hate the bike so that when you get the next one, you will appreciate it so much more than if you just started on it, because then you don't know what it's like to not have it on the road. And 3, because if you get a bike you don't like, you won't really tell too many people, and then it'll create a more personal relationship with riding. Damn, that was facts. Yeah. I mean, it's facts. Yeah. For sure. All right. Gonna be honest, might call it there. I don't know if I'm out of stuff to talk about, but I feel like this is getting a bit long. So 35 minutes. I think this is my longest solo video. Just me yapping and yipping. Hey, let me know what you think about this. Maybe I'll do these more because this was a really nice thought experiment. Honestly, like I went and dug back deep in some shit and set a couple factorials in there. In that. Still gotta finish this tea, and I'm gonna eat some food because I'm a little bit hungry, man. So thank you for watching, I guess.